My name is Marcus, and I was a mortician for 9 years. I prepared over 2,000 bodies for their final rest. But body number 247 made me quit, because some bodies aren't as dead as they should be. This is what happened that night, 021 Sile. It was a Tuesday in October. A John Doe arrived around 8 p.m., found dead in his apartment after 4 days. Natural causes, they said. I worked alone. Preferred it that way. I prepped the embalming room, laid out my instruments, put on my gloves, then I unzipped the bag. His eyes were wide open, staring, like he'd seen something terrifying before he died. His throat had bruising, like he'd been clawing at it. Fresh blood under his fingernails. I made the first incision. That's when everything went wrong. The discovery, 1/2/15. The blood was wrong. After death, blood should be dark, thick, settled, but his blood was pulsing, moving, like his heart was still beating. Impossible. I'd checked for a pulse. The man had been dead for days. I started the pump, began draining the blood. Then I heard it, a sound from inside the chest cavity, a wet, sliding sound, like breathing. I shut off the pump, listened. Silence. I turned it back on. As the blood drained, I saw something move in it, something black, writhing, like a worm, but wrong. I caught some in a specimen cup. It was alive, growing, feeding on the blood. That's when the body moved, not a twitch. A full, deliberate movement. His hand gripped the edge of the table. I checked his pulse. Nothing. He was dead, but I'd seen it move. I tried to close his eyes. They snapped back open. On my third attempt, his eyes tracked, followed my hand, then locked onto my face. We made eye contact, me and a dead man. Then his mouth moved. Trying to form words, his arm rose off the table, body starting to sit up. I ran, the impossible, 2:15 to 3:15. I locked the door from outside. Called my boss. Richard, the body, it's moving. I think he's still alive. Bodies do strange things. Gas buildup, he looked at me. His eyes followed me. I'm on my way. Call 911. While I waited, I heard footsteps inside, dragging, slow, then came knocking. 3 deliberate knocks on the door from the inside. Stay away from the door. The doorknob rattled, then a voice. Raspy. Wrong. Let me out. Paramedics arrived, skeptical. I opened the door. The body lay, still on the floor, lifeless. Looks like he just fell off the table. No, he was walking. He spoke to me. They looked at me like I was crazy. Richard arrived. Go home, Marcus. Take a break. But I saw the body's hand. Positioned like it had been knocking. I knew what I'd seen. The truth, 3:15 to 4:30. I went to a diner. Researched for hours. Then I found it. A medical journal from 1973. A case study about a parasite that could survive days after the host's death. It could animate the nervous system, make corpses move, react. The parasite fed on dying tissue. When threatened by embalming, it would make the body seek new blood, new hosts. Pause. The image looked exactly like what I'd seen. The article warned, it spreads through direct contact with infected tissue. Once in a new host, it waits, dormant, until that host dies. Then it wakes up again. I called Richard. No answer. Finally, a text. I'm with the body. Stop calling. He was with it. Alone. Touching it. I called 911. When I arrived, Richard was dead on the floor. Heart attack. The body was gone. No intake forms. No record had ever existed. Pause, but Richard was dead. And I knew why. A detective investigated. 6 people died in that apartment building in 2 months. All heart attacks. All sent to different funeral homes. It's spreading. 3 funeral homes reported unusual circumstances during embalming. 1 mortician quit without explanation. She helped me disappear. You can never practice again. Never talk about this. The ending, 4:36. That was 3 years ago. I live under a different name now. Normal life, but I watch the obituaries and I see the patterns. Funeral home faces. Lawsuit after body goes missing. Mortician dies. Unexpectedly. Cemetery reports empty casket. Body. 247 was the first, but I've counted at least 200 more since. Then the parasite is still spreading. Pause. And here's the truly horrifying part I didn't tell you. That research article, it mentioned one more thing. The parasite doesn't just animate dead bodies. The host is still conscious, still aware, trapped in their rotting corpse as it moves. As it's embalmed, as it's buried, they're screaming inside their own bodies, and no one can hear them. Long pause. My name was Marcus. I was a mortician. If I'm found dead, burn my body immediately. Don't let them embalm me, because I've seen what happens, and I never want to be trapped like that. Conscious, aware, screaming in silence, forever. Final pause. If you know someone who works in a funeral home, tell them to watch for bodies that don't seem quite dead, blood that moves wrong, eyes that follow them, and if they see it, run. Don't touch it. Just run, because some things aren't meant to come back, even when they never really left. Good night, sleep well, if you can.